I think we're all guilty of it, honestly.
Yeah, I think I mainly like do it when I'm trying to figure them out. And I'm like, do I want to keep you around fully? And if I feel like they're like trying to push out or wander off, and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, 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 wait, I haven't fully figured out if I really like you or not. Come
Don't
back.
leave me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what it really is, you know? You want to keep them around. But yeah, I got tons of examples because that's my life. I feel like that's my life. Like, even though I've been ghosted, I feel like I've been breadcrumb more.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then they just cut off your supply.
Yes. They get me hooked on it, and then they take it away, and then they leave me little breadcrumbs and a trail to follow, and then the trail goes cold, and then I'm lost in the woods looking like, what the fuck happened? That's my dating life. It's like a Hansel and Gretel, except
Mm.
I guess I don't get eaten at the end.
You
I
don't
don't
end up in the oven.
I don't get chosen to be eaten. All right, all right, all right, all right.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
I don't know. Sometimes you just want to be chosen, even if it means you're gonna end up in the oven.
Right? Pick me.
Have you seen that
Stuff an
meme?
apple in my mouth and roast me.
Right? Have you seen that meme of like where is like the girl gets kidnapped and it's just like, so what made you choose me?
I think I
You know,
did.
yeah.
I was like, ooh, no, don't. It was smack me, daddy. And then they're like the cops come in, and they're like, no. I was like, ma'am, can I help you? And
Oh,
it's like,
yes,
never
that
mind,
is
ma'am.
one of them.
That's
They have a
offensive. That's
the other
offensive.
ones, but that's a one too. Yes. Yes.
I watched that one. I know for sure. So
I
many
I think
times.
that one was on TikTok, but same idea. Yes, and this world is so hard. So any way that we can be chosen.
Hmm. It's like maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Just kidnap me, feed
Look, you
me.
get free room and board, free food. Let me stop. We gotta take
We
more.
are not advocating for this. Disclosure: we are not
Yeah,
responsible for.
just two delusional people. Don't mind us at all.
Right, this
Anyways,
is where 2024 has gotten us. We're halfway.
wait, what was the point of eating all those grapes if we are just here halfway through 2024? Nothing to show
Yes.
for it but trauma.
No, no, not at all. My poor aunt, I talked to her today and I told her, the news about my retirement. She was like, well, she's like, maybe you'll find your husband after you retire. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you're right. And you know what? Ironically, that's 2025. So maybe she knows something.
Know something we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we
So,
still we still have time though. We still have time.
yeah. Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
It's hard because I'm not as hopeful as I was in the beginning of this,
Look,
y'all. I'm struggling.
I feel like, well, I won't say that I rubbed off on people. I think I was just the first to lose hope. And then it just kind of spread throughout the group.
Here I am sitting on a hopeful wagon. And I'm like, there's nobody? Nobody here? They look they look like they're having fun over there.
And I was like, I love that for y'all. I'm so happy that y'all are hopeful. But as for me, just wrap me up and call me a spinster at this point. I'm good.
Yes, yes, yes. But what about those times where, you might have had someone and you're not sure if you want to fully let it go and you decide that you want to leave little breadcrumbs
So
along the way?
we both know someone who is doing this right now. So
We do.
my question to you, I'm gonna answer your question, but you know what? Let me answer your question first, and then let's go back to this because I think we have different opinions of that situation.
Okay.
So, okay, I am not opposed to breadcrumbing. I think it has its place. I think it depends. Of course, I will always be an advocate for being honest and truthful, and telling people what you want from them, what you expect from them, and if you want to end things. So I will always advocate for that. However, I think there are times where we breadcrumb if we're not sure, if we're maybe in like transition in our
Mm,
life, and like you're talking to somebody and you're just like, there it's good to have them. You like the attention, it feeds into your ego. It gives you something to do on a weekend where you didn't have any plans. Like, it has
mhm,
its benefits, but I think there has to be a point where you either, what did they say, shit or get off the pot. Like, either
mhm,
make it into something or cut it off. So I think if you are like not intentionally trying to breadcrumb them for like nefarious reasons, but like you're breadcrumbing them because like you're trying to decide, is this going to be my man? Is it not going to be my man? Or like life is really shitty right now, but I don't want to lose this connection because I
mhm,
do want it to become something. Sure. But if you're just
mhm,
one of those people who just breadcrumbs because it's convenient for you, ugh, I'm a hypocrite. I do it, but I don't think we should do it.
mm-mm.
I'm
There's
all over
a
the place. I'm just like, eh.
there's a thing called karma.
You know what? Maybe 2024 is the year of my karma. Cause let me tell you,
Oh
the
no.
the way I've had two, I think two, maybe three, but two promising situations
Mm,
that have become nothing.
mm.
So maybe karma is just like, you got to pay up, girl, for all those things that you did,
It is
all those
time.
men, all those men that you hurt. So, but anyways, what about you? Like, have you breadcrumb? Are you for it? Are you against it?
So I feel like I've breadcrumbed more so when it came to not knowing if this is what I want or not. So still trying to figure it out. It's like, hey, I don't want you to run off. I might be a little guarded or a little extra cautious. So I'll give, a little bit more softness or a little bit more emotion, like open up a bit and say, hey, it's just because I have been with a cancer before that was just horrible. My track record with cancers are pretty bad. So this is kind of why I'm a little bit more guarded. But it's not against you personally. And then share that. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then it'll open up like, okay, got you in for a little bit longer. So now I can kind of see some other characteristics or things I may or may not like. I've done it that way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense, especially if you're guarded and you need time to warm up. Like that, that makes sense.
Mm.
I don't think I've ever done it that way. I think all the ways I've done it, my life was either in chaos or I was just like using them, like, to be honest. But I even like, I was talking to this guy yesterday and we were talking about rosters, and he was like telling me about his roster, and I was just like, well, I don't really have a roster right now. I was like, but if I do, I normally have a 3 guy roster. I have my
Mm.
main guy, I have my secondary guy, and I have my breadcrumb guy, the guy that I just give him just enough so that he doesn't leave me alone in case, draft pick 1 and draft pick 2 are acting up. So
Question then, because something just popped in my mind. Was that a breadcrumb? What night was that? When we went out and then we went somewhere else? Was that a breadcrumb that we picked up?
are you talking about Coke Bay?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I didn't think about it like that, but
Yeah. It just kind of came to right now. Wait.
breaking news, you guys. I guess I'm technically breadcrumbing Coke Bay. But okay, but I reached out to him, not to hang out. I just reached out to him. Oh, maybe that is breadcrumb. Because
Mhm.
like normally I think of like, oh man, okay, I'm having like an epiphany right now. Okay, because normally I think of like, oh, if they reach out to me, I give them just enough engagement to where
Mm.
they want to text me again. I wasn't thinking about it as in me because I text him like once a month, even though I'm done with him and I don't
Mm.
want to date him. I still text him like,
But.
yeah,
Hmm.
oh my God, I'm breadcrumbing Tuesday. It worked though. He came out.
Breaking news. Exclusive.
So yeah, exclusive.
Right.
Well, it worked, and yay me.
Okay. Mm,
That
mm,
is so
mm,
funny.
mm,
Not us
mm.
talking about something, and I literally just did it 2 days ago.
That's why I was like, wait a minute, because as I'm listening to you, it's like, this sounds like something that I just went
Oh
through.
shit! Wait, do I
I
have a
witnessed this.
roster? Maybe I have a. Well, I had a roster, I guess. Now that
It
so,
is draft time. It's time to
oh,
draft.
it's time to redraft. I need to throw my whole roster out. Doctor Bay is out.
Hmm. You have to tell us about Dr. Bay. I
I
don't
don't.
think the audience knows about Dr. Bay.
I didn't talk about it last. Maybe I didn't. Oh, because I don't even think we'd gone out on a date. Okay, so
Mm.
transitioning from the breadcrumbing, but we're gonna come back to it because we gotta talk about somebody that we know. We gotta talk about
Oh.
that situation. Um, but so Dr. Bay, we were out at a bar. I almost want to say, would you consider it upscale? Or I call it elevated, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We're at
Elevated.
an elevated bar.
Mm-hmm.
When we're sitting there, we're just having girl time talking, and the waitress comes up and she hands me a glass of champagne, and I'm just like, I did not order this, and she's like, oh, it's from the gentleman over there, and I'm just like, oh,
Yes.
it's like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
go me.
We
No, I'm
love
just,
a sent over drink.
I know, right, guys, do that more often. Just send over a drink. Don't even talk to us. Just send
Mhm.
us drinks. Thank you.
Mhm.
So I got my drink. I went over and talked to him to thank him. Then we started talking, and he asked me out. Well, after that, we left, and then him and I and his friend and one of our friends, we went and smoked hookah for a bit. Then he asked me out, so we scheduled a date. The date was
Okay,
really
first, I have to say, were you initially attracted to him or not?
um. So okay, well, since I'm done with him, I'll tell this story. This isn't my first time seeing him. I saw him maybe like a month or so before at the same bar. And when
Okay.
I saw him, I noticed the shoes that he was wearing. And he was wearing shoes that I equate to someone having money.
Mm,
So
okay.
I was like, okay, this guy is probably on the wealthier side.
Mm,
So I'd already like clocked him,
mm,
and I was just like, not what I would usually go for. Like no like initial sparks butterflies like oh my god, I had to have a but I did not think he looked bad cuz I was just
Hmm.
like I I could hit that and not be embarrassed. So you're right. So I'd clocked him before, but he didn't speak to me then. So when he spoke to me this time, I was just like, yes, okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, so no like initial attraction, but on the date, I will say the date went really, really well. Like it was so good. Probably one of my better first dates. And
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. And it made me more attracted to him. Like by the end of the night, if I wasn't subscribing to this, I'm not sleeping with any guy unless he's my man. If I wasn't subscribing to that, I probably would have went home with him. Probably.
Hey, thought scotch.
Not that I know how to play that scotch. I was like, what the fuck is that? Uh, So yeah. So no like initial immediate attraction, but after the first date, I will say that I was attracted and I was interested in allowing myself to become more attracted to him. However, he canceled on me twice, so I had to send my goodbye to you, goodbye to you text. Uh, and that's it. That's done.
Oh man.
You know, guys were usually lasting like 2 months, and now it's just like 3 weeks.
Hmm. Look, I support this. Okay, in and out. All right, we're not here to waste time. Let's show me who you are, what your intentions are, and then in and out. All right, thank you.
Honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise because remember, I like did the my case on him, and I saw he was married twice,
Mm.
like in a very short amount of time. So there might be something there that wasn't for me. Also, I'm a thumb girly. I was looking at the thumbs, and they weren't thumbing for me. So I probably saved myself.
Mhm. Yeah, a pretty unpleasant, roll around in the hay.
Right? And like having to like fake mild amusement, like
Mhm.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that girl anymore. So I don't care. Oh, so I literally sent the message today telling him that, hey, it was fun. You seem busy and I want something intentional. And this dude thumbs upped it. So thumbs up back. Nice
That
knowing
gives me
you.
chills. I hate it. I hate it.
I like it more than him coming back saying something else and then us having to do like this back and forth exchange where I would probably have to block him. So
True.
that's fine. On to the next. You know what? I met him in person, right? And
Mhm.
I feel like the past couple of weeks, guys have actually been talking to me. I know I mentioned before, guys never talk to me. Guys
That's
have been
true.
talking to me. So maybe he was just kind of like the first one warming it up for the other guys.
Hmm. Yes, I love it. And I'm glad you did mention that because I do recall you saying that the guys do not talk to you. And see, the universe is like, look, let us show her. Nah.
Okay, but universe, may I have a word? Because the guys that you are bringing are no, no. I would rather they not. I would rather they not talk to me. Because now I have to smile and be nice, and I just don't. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in anybody, but I'm definitely
Mhm.
not interested in them.
Yeah. It's that, what do you say, catch 22?
Right? Let me just stop complaining, because next I'll complain I'm not in a relationship, and then end up in an abusive relationship, and the universe was like, "Said you wanted a relationship." I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
yeah, lesson
Nope.
learned.
Exactly. I also like the fact that, there wasn't like real initial attraction, but the fact that, it was like, growing and improving, especially after a good date. And so that goes to show like, hey, it might not be 100% physical there, but people's attitudes and the way they interact and engage and stuff with you can definitely help improve that attraction and help it grow.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I have been the kind of person, even if I'm not like initially attracted to you, if
Hmm.
it seems like you can hold the conversation, I'll entertain. I'll
Hmm.
entertain it. It may not go anywhere, but at least I'm not just like, oh, you're not my type. Next. Um,
Hmm.
so that I mean, I feel like that says a lot about first and second impressions. So what lesson did I learn? To give guys a chance, I guess.
Hmm.
Except for the ones that were talking to me last night. No, I'm good.
No, not
I
not candidates for breadcrumbing.
don't think so. Lord. Mm-mm. No.
I think last night was just more fun, more for fun, interacting, socializing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta like adjust this wig. My head's hurting. Oh my god. Okay, I think that feels better. Oh my goodness, my head was pounding. Okay, okay.
Y'all are getting yeah, moments. All these exclusives are happening on this episode. Y'all better make sure y'all comment and like and follow.
Oh my god. No, this
We are
like
getting far
hard
on
wig
tips.
soft life thing is hard. Like the wig hurts and
Girl,
my life has not been soft, so chill
girl,
out.
mine didn't want to come off last night.
It did?
It did not want to come off. I had to sleep in it. That glue was down. I was like,
No.
yeah, it was
Did you
down.
glue it?
Yeah, because I have this thing where I'm always like messing with it. And
Oh.
so, yeah, so I'll like do like a light gluing and then just use alcohol uh
Just to get it
to
out.
remove it. To save all my edges.
Yeah, I can't. I think I have like a small-ish forehead. Well, I have like hair like all down here. So like I can't glue because if I glue it, just take off. I have like hair all through here. Like and it
Right.
connects. They shave it off or they like
Yes.
wax it off. So like I can't ever glue mine down. So I just have to. It's fine. Nobody cares about our hair problems. Anyway, I forgot we were recording for a second.
So let everybody know this is real. This is real conversation. There's nothing scripted here. I
No,
promise.
definitely not.
But no, so back to the initial about the breadcrumbing a guy and for the sake of like keeping them around to keep you entertained. I I don't think I have the patience for that. Like
Hmm.
I need you in a box somewhere so I know how to handle you accordingly. And I feel like in that aspect, you're friend zoned. And
Oh.
like if I know there's no attraction there and you're not necessarily my type, but I enjoy hanging out and spending time with you and you're a good person, to me that just says friend zone. Because if the only thing that separates you from friend zone is that sexual attraction, physical attraction, otherwise you're a friend. And that's that key point that's missing.
Have you had guys who you weren't attracted to, but you liked them as a person, and then you say, like, hey, I want to be friends? Have you had guys be like, no, I don't want to be your friend? I hate
Yes.
that.
Actually, Cancer Bay, I kept trying to give Cancer Bay out. I'm just like, you've informed me that you have a high sex drive. Okay. You don't seem like you're really trying to establish like getting to know each other. It was like he wanted to automatically jump into sex and let's just be in love like tomorrow. I'm like, whoa, whoa, killer, which was pretty frightening. I'm like, whoa, what are you trying to hide? Pump the brakes. And then I asked, I was like, do you just want to be friends with benefits? Because we can do that. And he was like, no, I don't want to just be your friend. Hmm. Okay. Well, we're not really working on anything to kind of like make
Wait,
any.
he didn't even want to be friends with benefits?
No, and that was a shocker. I was like, I am literally giving you
I
out
didn't
here. Granted, I wasn't looking for a friend for with benefits, so as soon as he would have said
know.
yeah, I'd have been like, okay. But yeah, I mentioned that he's like, no, I want more, and I'm like, okay, well, we gotta work on an emotional, comfortable connection because I don't really feel comfortable with you,
Is he
but
one
you're already
of
head
those
over
guys
heels.
that think I don't know, like is he one of those guys that's like as long as I'm attracted to you and you're attracted to me, like we can go together. Like I don't have to put in any kind of emotional labor or work to try to cultivate a relationship. Oh,
Oh
mm-mm,
yeah.
no.
And I would ask questions, like how you just like ask questions like in the midst of a conversation, like, hey, how was your last relationship? What are, things like that. And he wouldn't return the question. And it would be like, okay, so you don't want to know how I am in certain
Mm,
situations. And so when I asked him, I was like, well, I'm asking you questions. And he's just like, well, I don't really want to make it feel like an interview or like I'm being interrogated. And I'm like, but do you feel like I'm interrogating you? He's like, no. I'm like, exactly. We're just here having a conversation. Like, I don't want you to keep telling me how much you're into me, but you're not really giving me much on what are you into? Like, what is it about me that you like besides, oh, your personality, oh, you're cool to hang out with? Okay, but I guarantee if I was to tell you I love you right now, you're probably be like, "Oh, I love you too. Let's just go get married." Like you want to jump so fast in it, but where's the foundation? Like,
are
yeah.
guys okay? Like this doesn't make any sense, but I feel like I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced something similar too. And it's just like, are you
Mm-hmm.
okay? Like, I don't know. I don't have the words for it right now, but I think I sent you guys this video where the guy was like, "Oh, I'm going to find me a wife that's like not American." And the guy was like breaking it down and he was just like, "You guys want wives who aren't American because American women technically don't need y'all. Like, we have our own money, own jobs and everything. So now we're asking you, hey, you need to bring something else to the table. Like you need to help around the house. You need to uh, be like not emotional, but like in tune with your emotional, have some emotional
Yes.
intelligence, be able to hold a conversation, be able to like help grow the relationship. And like guys don't want to do that. And so now they want to just like find wives overseas that
Mm-hmm.
they can impress with the money that they don't have. I don't know, but it just like I think I've said this a few times. I just feel like the guys are not okay. Like they don't know what to do, like they kind of came up to this wall and they haven't figured out how to go over it yet, and they're just like they're stuck, and they I don't know, they say like they want a traditional woman, but if you ask them to provide, they're like, oh, how dare you ask me that. And then if you ask them to be open and honest, and they're like they can't do that. And it's just like, you want to use me for my money, but I'm not even bringing anything to the table. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not bringing any money to the table, but I'm not bringing anything else to the table either. And it's just like, why? I don't know. Why do we want to be in a relationship with y'all? What are y'all doing besides giving? I mean, besides giving dick, like,
Like that's all they can bring to the table
and a
nowadays.
warm body,
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I think that's I don't know. I peeped it a while ago, and that's when I kind of lost hope in the dating world. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I if I meet men like that, I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I
And I
can't.
had hopes for that one. I had high hopes. But the last time we hung out was the final straw. Like he cooked. He kept saying how much he missed me. And so he's like, I want you to come over, cook. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see what we can do because we had like a falling out. So it's like, all right, let's see. Let's see how things can be different now. Girl, I was there. I felt like a kid. You know how you just like have a kid come over and to keep them busy, you just like play movies? That's what he did. He's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this movie here. Let's watch this movie. And then here he was with his phone. So not even watching the movie. And I'm like, okay, you just put this on to entertain me? Like, not really talking, no interaction, just swiping. And I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. I could have did this at home. How
Yeah,
are we like sitting here not even trying to get to know each other or anything? And then they wonder why we don't want to do house dates versus like going out somewhere. I'm like, I am genuinely like trying to get to know you. I'm not even like, no, you need to take me out to dinner and then we can sit down and then you can show me how much you missed me. I'm like, well, shit, maybe I should have did that. I could have got a free meal out of it more so than just like the food you placed on the plate for me from your house. Yeah, so yeah, but
I'm at a loss for words, which I'm usually not. I don't get it. I don't
mm-mm.
get it. And
He's single, tall, dark, no kids, older. And I'm like, oh, you seem to be checking the boxes. You got a good job, but just now I'm almost like maybe I need to start requiring that you have kids because at least I know one person wanted to procreate with you. At least one person saw hope in you.
you
Now I'm
know
gonna start
what?
saying, you don't have any kids? What's wrong with you?
I'm like, I'm glad you said that. I actually like dating guys with kids. But for selfish reasons, because I'm just like, okay, if he has a kid, he can like focus on his kid, and I can just be over here doing my own thing. Because oh goodness, but when you said that, that made me think. Like, I feel like I need to have like a or three questionnaire, um, where like the questions will let me know if they have any kind of emotional depth to them, and
Mm,
then like if it's not there, then I can just leave. I
mm.
don't know. I need to find like three good questions to ask a guy like right off the bat, and if he is not answering up to par, I can just be like, "Thank you for the drink. Have a nice day," and just going about my business.
I like it. You have any idea where you would start with the questions?
I don't know,
What
but
would be your
I
first one?
have I keep like random questions in my phone. Like, I don't know why. Every now and then I'll come across a question and I'll like try to put it in my phone for later. Okay, I have three questions to ask any potential. I don't know if these are good though, but okay, these are more than three questions. I don't know. I think it started off as three and then I started adding more. But it's like, what are your thoughts on therapy? How do you give and receive love? What would your social point of view be considered? Liberal, conservative, spiritual, atheist? Have you changed your position on any current issues? If you were stuck in a room for hours with a group of people, what would be the first thing that annoyed you? So those are some questions that are more than three. I also have a doc that's like 21 questions that is definitely at least 50 questions. So I don't know. I just like, I'll randomly think of a question and I'll just start adding it to a list. But
Hmm.
I need to tighten it up, get it down to three questions to ask every guy who wants to hit on me, like me on Facebook, find his way into my DMs so that I
Hmm.
can just be like, all right, either you got it or you don't. Oh, when I was on Bumble, I got off Bumble, but when I was on Bumble, because girls have to write first, my question would
Mm-hmm.
be, are you the fruit or the fruit tree? And I would
Mm.
get some interesting answers, and that kind of showed me like, do I really want to talk to you or not? So that's one. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you get anybody that was like, I am the universe, and without the universe, the fruit tree cannot exist. Therefore, the fruit should not be created, and you are
Oh,
the fruit of my lines.
no, thankfully, because I would have just I block. No, thank you.
Yeah, I
I did
agree.
get one guy, he said that he was a moldy strawberry, and I was like, what? He was like, what did he say? Something like, because I'm cute, but no one would want to eat me. And I was like, I think I know what he was trying to say, like, I'm attractive, but I'm not useful. I think that's what he was getting at.
Mm.
And the conversation definitely proved that. So,
Oh my God. Well, look, you know me and my wine making. I'm like, I can put some good use to you. I'll throw you in a bucket. Give you some time and some water. I can make some hooch out of you.
I did have one guy tell me he was the seed. I was like,
Mm,
okay.
mm. It's almost
Yeah,
like the universe.
I know. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like, without me, like the tree wouldn't exist. And then I think he
Mm,
went into like also like seed, like semen,
mm.
seed. And I was like, great. Ugh, just so bad.
I like that. We'll have to ask the audience to provide us with what three questions that they would initially ask
Yeah.
and
Because
let
we
us
got to start
know.
weeding these guys out sooner because you're not wasting 2 months of my life anymore. You get 2 weeks. You can waste my life for 2 weeks. 2 night, 2 minutes, 2 hours.
Girl. So I installed Tinder again. Yeah.
How's that?
And I'm talking to three people on there. One of them has kind of fallen back, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, just go ahead, fall back, because he doesn't really respond as fast as he once was, which is fine because I'm kind of at that point too. Because usually my rule is if we are talking on this app for about 3 days and there's no setting up a meeting, and then I'm like, all right, well, this is almost like that good morning text pile. And it's just a different app, and I'm not going to do this. Like, we need to figure this out. Should I get off the pot? All right, are we going to meet to see if we actually connect in person or not? So I think I'm trying this a little differently. How we mentioned early on about maybe talking to them a little bit more, because I know you said you talked to them for a longer period of time before you
Mhm.
meet them. So we'll see.
Yep. Two
I'm
weeks.
trying that.
I'm not trying
And
to
then
meet.
one guy, huh?
Oh, I just said I'm not trying to meet them any sooner.
I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna see. One guy, he instantly like we matched, and then he's like, he asked, like, what are you looking for? And he was like, okay, we're looking for the same things, and I really want to get to know you. And then he immediately went to, well, do you have WhatsApp so we can connect more there? I'm like, sir, no. I'm like, and he didn't have the verified check. And I'm like, why do we need to talk on WhatsApp? Why can't
Mm.
we talk here? Yeah, block. I'm like, nope. Mm-mm. Because I keep hearing that there's so many different ways that people can scam through WhatsApp and that app can't be trusted. And I'm like, nope, I'm not even about to open that up. Fake number connected to it or not. Mm-mm. So yeah, I just blocked him. All that seemed sketchy. And the pictures didn't really seem like something like selfie legit mode, Like they could have been taken from somewhere. I don't know. So yeah, no.
Yeah. It's weird that he asked for WhatsApp because normally they just ask for your number.
Hmm.
So that is strange. I started telling guys, well, not anymore because I'm not talking to anybody, but I started to tell guys when they were like, oh, like, can I have your number so that we can talk better? And I'm just like, if you can't talk on an app, you're not going to talk through text message. What's the difference? You get a
Hmm.
notification with either of them. If you don't
Yep.
turn your notification on. So, like, I always thought that was kind of sketchy. Like, why do you want my number?
Hmm.
Like, we're we're doing the same thing, and you can talk through some of those. I don't know about Tinder, but a lot of them you can like do voice notes. You can do a call. I know Facebook. You can do a call. Like,
Hmm.
there's no need for you to have my number, sir. Absolutely not. I'm not interested. Um,
Nope, not at all. I don't know. It's just weird. So I'm giving it a shot. We'll see what happens. Not really that hopeful. I'm in this whole enjoying going out, hanging out, and seeing, if you encounter anybody that you vibe with. If not, then we're having a good time.
yeah, I feel like I still look around. Like when we go out, I still like look to see if there's anybody who catches my eye. But like, I feel like I do a
Hmm.
quick scan and then I try to like be present.
Hmm.
Scan, be present, because I've said this so many times. I just do not think my guy is here. Um, I don't think this is my season of being in a couple. I'm okay with that. I just I just want to enjoy life and be unbothered. And
That part.
yeah, it's so easy. If guys don't want to talk to me, if they ghost
Hmm.
me, cool. You won't have to hear from me or see me. Well, you might see me. I don't know, but you won't have to hear from me again.
Yeah. So, what are you going to do if you run into Dr. Bay again? Since you technically already ran into him, what, twice? Just
Twice,
out in public.
yeah. I always
And it's
keep
the
it
same
cute.
place?
Yep.
So if you go back there, it's a
I mean,
possibility.
I'll say hey to him. I don't mind. I'll probably
Hmm.
actually make it awkward. Like, hey, you remember me, the girl that you stood up for 2 dates? How are you doing? Are you doing well? Are you enjoying your night? How's that drink? Is it good? Cool. Who's your friend over
Just
here?
send him a drink.
Spending my money on that man? Please. Send him a drink and put it on his tab.
Right? Or send him, you know what? Send him a ginger ale and say, "This is for you to help settle your stomach because I know I upset." I know it makes you sick to see me looking fabulous.
Oh, okay. So, like, going back, so what do you think that this person that we know, do you think that they're breadcrumbing, or do you think that they are figuring things out? I'm very intrigued by this because my opinion is it's breadcrumbing to not be bored. I don't know.
I agree. I 100% think it's breadcrumbing.
Which I'm not
They're
opposed
being
to.
kept around. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to.
But my thing is, that's fine, if that's what they want to do, but don't get your feelings involved.
Mm,
And don't I feel like, I know I wouldn't want my feelings played with, but we do it from time to time. So like inquiring, like especially if you know that person is really into you, and if you know that you're not into them,
yeah, I think
then
that. Yeah.
don't inquire anything about relationship stuff. Like, because why? Because you're giving hope,
Mm,
like, because now I'm like,
okay.
oh, is there a chance now with this person? Because
Yeah.
now they're wondering, they're asking more in-depth questions about how I
Mm,
am. Oh, is this person finally coming around? Just to
oh,
find out, like, no, no, I'm not. You're still over there. And it's just not, it's not fair.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I don't think I've like yes, I breadcrumb, but most of the time it's just like through text. Like if I'm breadcrumbing somebody, I usually have no intention of hanging out with them.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I guess maybe like Coke Bay is the exception,
mm,
but I don't want anything from him. I just like him. I think he's cool. He's fun to talk to.
yeah.
So yeah, no. I okay, I said I wasn't opposed to it, but now I think I am opposed to it. I think the other person probably likes them.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
And I feel
vibe.
like the person knows that that person knows likes them too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Uh,
So that's
I
where it's like,
I think we just need to do better as people. We need to communicate better. Like,
mm.
yeah,
And I know
because
I'm guilty of it.
it's like everything. Like, I feel like there's this quote. What is it? It's like strong opinions loosely held. Like I have strong opinions about so many things, but it's like, but if this happened, or like, well, if it was me, I understand why. Like I could be swayed one way or another, but I'm just like, you shouldn't do that. But if I do, I'm just like, well, I had a really good excuse for doing it. So ah,
Justified.
yeah, I'll justify the shit out of myself and my actions, 100%. Yeah, so
It's just
interesting.
tough. I don't know. I feel like there should be a line drawn and established, but I feel like there's more to it though. There's emotional connection there, and I just don't want at the end of the day that regret sets in if somebody else comes along and takes that person away. And
Yeah.
then it's like, no, I really did like that person. There really was something
Yeah.
else there.
I think that's where we disagree because I don't think there's an emotional connection there. I think there's an egotistical connection where it's like it's
Mm,
feeding their ego, which we
mm,
are humans, right? Like I understand that need and that desire to feel wanted. I get it.
mm.
So I don't know. I think if somebody came and took them, like they would be okay, but then they're just like, well, who else can I string along for?
I
What
didn't really think about it like
5 months?
that. Yeah.
That's just my,
Huh.
my little foxhole, what I see. Um, and I've been there too. So maybe
It's
also
almost like
that's
a
like,
pawn.
yes.
Mm.
Which again, like, I'm not opposed to it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
Yeah.
let that bird fly away if you don't want anything with it.
Let them be free.
Let that bird be,
It's like, no, it's mine. Mine. My
right?
bird.
It's like the kid who doesn't want to share, but they don't even want the toy. They just don't want anybody else to have it. Like they don't, you know? Uh,
Ooh, so does this mean that this is contributing to the toxic world? And then why people start to put these walls up?
yes. 100%, 100%. And and here we are backing them like you go, yeah, do yeah. And we're part of the problem because we're part of that ecosystem.
It's me. Hi.
No, this is exactly why. This is exactly why. So
Ugh.
I think I feel like we've cracked this nut.
So yeah, exclusive.
Yeah, look at us problem solving in real time. Okay, but I have to ask because this was your first time meeting Coke Bay.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
I
got
don't know how
thrown into this, by the way. I didn't.
what
I'm
say
thinking
what.
we're meeting a girlfriend. I was like, oh, maybe you meet one
Ah,
of your girlfriends.
no, I guess I did not do a good job of communicating. I can't hang out with him alone, so I needed reinforcements.
Wait, why? Why can't you hang out with him alone? Is this a
I
magnet? A moth to a flame, burnt by
Yeah,
a fire.
Yeah. I don't like him. I don't want to date him, and I don't enjoy the sex. But I know if I'm alone with him, I already know what's gonna happen. It's just
Hmm.
something about that boy. I don't know what it is, but no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, but what was your first impression? I don't know how much y'all talk because I feel like he just drew me into his little.
Yeah, no. Y'all were like moth to the flame. Or over there. Okay, so let me tell y'all how this whole setting was, okay? We entered this nice, like, what would you call that place? Would that be
I
like
elevate
elevated?
it. I call it elevated. Yeah,
It was very nice. You know, the lights are low, nice setting,
so
intimate.
good. It's such a
Hmm.
great date spot.
It is. It
Yeah.
really is. And they had a couch, and then there were like two, what do you call them? Like maybe stools or little,
Stools or shit, ottomans.
yeah, ottomans, like right there on each side. So the couple was sitting on the couch on the far left side. I'm sitting on the couch as well on the far right side. Our friend that was with us, she's sitting on the ottoman on the left side or right, yeah, their left side. So
Yeah.
we're split up by them, right? So we can't really interact with each other because we're on two opposite sides and they're just canoodling on the couch. And I'm like, what in the world is happening right now? Oh, and by the way, I got, what was it, like 3 seconds, not even 3 seconds before he actually got close enough for earshot. This is Coke Bay.
This could be by the way. Not just a random man.
Because I always wondered, like, why is he walking directly over here to us? Who is this person? Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, keep your face together. Okay, got it. So I had really no time to react whatsoever. And yeah, I don't know. We didn't really interact much. And then when I think, did you go to the bathroom or something?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom.
And so he started talking more to Elena on something. I think he asked her where she was from or something like that. And then that conversation kind of took from there. And then that's when you came back. So we didn't get a chance to really
Mhm.
directly interact. But I mean, he seems pretty cool. You know, I always try to stay neutral and not be that friend and be like, I know all. Burn your soul. But yeah, yeah, he's cute.
You think he's cute?
Yeah, he's cute. You know, it's not my thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's not ugly. You
It's
know.
funny. I did not think he was cute when I first met him. Uh,
Yeah.
that whole like initial, I like the way he dresses. He has a very unique style. That is what caught my attention, not his face. But he's
Hmm.
grown on me. But I don't
Yeah.
want to date him, so it's fine. Like I don't. You can think all the bad things you want to think about him. I think horrible things about him all the time because
Yeah.
of what he put me through last year. But
Yeah.
I, I just like his personality.
Hmm. And that's
I,
good.
I just want to. If I could just take his personality and maybe put it in somebody else who wants to date, I'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm
Is
attracted
he
to.
still on that? He still doesn't want to date?
I don't
Well,
know.
spend some time.
I know.
Um,
I was so drunk, but I remember telling him, I was like, hey, my friendship applications are open because me and one of my guy friends, we recently decided to not be friends anymore. So I was like, hey, you can, we can be friends. And he was like, oh, I don't want to be your friend. And I was like, why not? And I don't remember what he said. So, um, so I don't know. I don't know. He said he was going to take me out. He was like, I'm going to take you out on a proper date and blah, 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 blah. I don't believe anything this man says until he does it. So
is
we'll
the
see.
door closed for something more?
That is a great question.
Oh,
Um, the door is currently closed, but it's not locked.
okay.
So, but he doesn't have. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I take that back. The door is closed and it is locked, but I have provided him a set of keys, and it's up to him to figure out which key to unlock the door. So there we go.
Okay, Jigsaw. I like it. I like it. So we'll see. Where we at? June? End of June? Okay, so we'll see where this goes.
You
Where
know,
does this
it's been a
progress?
whole year. Literally the next day, I was in my phone and I don't know if your phone does this, but like it'll have like 1 year ago, like
Mm-hmm.
photos. Guess who photo popped up?
Tope.
Yep. I sent
Mm-hmm.
it to him and I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even realize it's been a whole year since we dated last year, so I didn't realize it's been a whole year. So
Mm-hmm.
I sent that to him. Um, yeah, nothing to report.
Oh,
Nothing to report. And I'm not even. I don't know. Even if he wanted to date me, I'd be like, I don't know. Why?
yeah. Spinning the
He's
block.
yes. Say what? Oh,
Spinning
spin.
the block.
You know what? In these tough Indiana streets, sometimes you gotta spin the block. There ain't shit out here.
It's
Uh,
very
I
true.
I would prefer not to, but I don't know. I'll keep
Mm-hmm.
my like I said, the door is locked, but he has the keys. So if he figures it out, I would entertain him. But he would have a lot. He's at zero. You know how they say girls, they start guys at 100, and then like as they disappoint them, they go down to zero. And guys start at zero, and girls have to prove themselves. Well, he's at zero, so he would have to like. Well, I'll say
Mm-hmm.
he's at five because he did like pay for my drinks. So he's
Mm-hmm.
at
And he's getting breadcrumbs.
yeah. I don't know. I just whatever. I'm over. It's so like I'm over guys, but I'm just like, but if the right one came along, I would be.
Mm-hmm. Will that cancel out?
Yeah. But everybody else, I'm good. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well, I wanted to know what you thought. So he's not ugly. He seemed nice. Cool.
Mm-hmm. How old is he?
Fuck if I know.
Like he kind of gotta give me like a young vibe. I don't know.
He's younger than me, maybe like 2 years.
Okay.
We gotta have like the same birthday and everything. Like his birthday is
What?
like 3 days ahead of mine.
Oh wow. Mm,
That
mm.
sag energy.
Mm-hmm. Two flames. Could be good. I don't know. Hey, but I do have a question. So how we were talking about the whole ego aspect of the breadcrumbing in this situation. So how would you handle the situation if the roles just end up being reversed? So say for instance, the person that is being breadcrumbed, what if they get fed up and they had enough and they're like, I no longer want to do this. But then that person is like, no, wait, wait a minute. No, that's not how this is supposed to go. I still kind of want to have you around and I have feelings. But that person now is like, oh, well, we'll see. What do you do?
Cut it off immediately because you don't have feelings for them. It's your ego is bruised. So you want to do whatever you can to keep them around. I am like a true believer. If you have feelings for someone, you will tell them before they walk out the door. Like, if I have to be heading to the door for you to stop me, you don't want me. You just want to feed your ego. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
good on that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I remember I used the analogy one day of a yo-yo, and I know I used to be bad with it, so bad. Where when you play with a yo-yo, you let it goes so far and it comes back, goes so far and it comes back. But then you get fancy with it and you let it down and you can let it stall for a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
let me make these little designs real quick before it comes back up. That whole thing. I would do it. I'm
Mm,
like, oh, I'm gonna let you hang out down there for a little bit. Tinkle, 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 tinkle. See how much playing I can do to entertain myself otherwise. And then, all right, wait, I'm about to lose it. Let me pull you back up real quick because I want to
yep.
keep playing with you.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
hmm
The yo-yo relationship. Mm-mm.
Yeah, never good. Never good. We'll see. We'll see if those breadcrumbs get stale.
Whew. I mean, they inevitably will. So it's just
Yeah.
a matter of time. When will they get stale? Because they're going to get
hmm
stale. That's for sure.
Yes. Any closing thoughts on breadcrumbing? I love all the epiphanies and the
I know.
revelations
I
when it
know.
came.
Closing thoughts. Don't do it. If don't do it. Sit with your discomfort of being alone or not being wanted in the way that you want to be wanted. Let people go. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I agree. I like it.
That's a lesson for myself too. Since apparently I do it. So let me just
Don't do
let me let these breadcrumbs go stale cuz
it. Yep.
what about you?
No, don't do it. It's never good. I can understand doing it to a point of trying to get to know that person, or just like if you find it easier that way to open up more,
Mm.
but still it kind of like comes along with communication too. You're communicating what's happening and letting them know fully, like full transparency. This is what's happening. I'm kind of still figuring it out, getting a feel for it. I might pull back a little bit because I'm guarded, but I'm fully engaged in this. Or, hey, I just only see you in this element as a friend.
Also, guys, be friends with girls. I think
Mhm.
that's so shitty.
It's
But like be
okay.
actual friends. Don't like, oh, I'll be your friend, but you're just waiting for your time to pounce.
hmm
Actually, don't be friends with us. I don't know. If that's what you're gonna do is just wait until we have a weak moment and you think you can slide in, actually don't be friends with us. But also like, be friends with us because I think we're great.
I have some amazing male friends. Okay. That's not to say that they haven't tried to creep out of the friend zone into, other areas. And he's like, no, get back. But yeah, that line has to be drawn.
Hmm.
But I want to take it back to that three questions. So before we close it out, we want to hear your comments. Okay, put your questions that you would ask. It doesn't have to be three. But if you have like a few that you have to go to get to know someone, those initial questions. Right? Like, what is your dating style? How do you react, in a tough situation? Are you a fight or flight type of person? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your goals and aspirations? All those type of things. Whatever it is for you, jot them down in the comments because we want to know and see if, hey,
We
I
can
never
use
thought about that question. Exactly.
help us. Help. I use
Oh,
it.
and we
I use
We
it.
didn't talk about the PDF that came up this week too. We'll have to talk about
Oh
that
yeah.
later.
If I have
Have,
time, I'm gonna make one.
yeah.
Yeah.
What we were mentioning is just having a PDF because the dating monotony just becomes monotonous. Okay, those questions and just coming up with a PDF of, hey, this is my whole layout. This is the about me. Read
Here's
it
my
over.
color, favorite food,
Yep.
dislikes, icks, whatever. Read
hmm
it and leave me alone.
Yep. Tell me if we align and then go from there. Even highlight it. Highlight some key ones that you like and send
As
it back to
if
me.
you know what, men. I won't say all men, but I feel like most men wouldn't even read it. Like they probably skim through it. So
Girl, we'll give them the whole map, the blueprint, everything to how to get
still,
everything. And no, mm-mm,
still won't do it.
mm-mm. I want a submissive woman. This is too much.
A woman who knows how to make a PDF. These
Mm-mm.
modern women.
How dare they? Well, all right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this episode of full transparency from us, okay?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. I gotta take this wig off my hair.
So make sure you like us, follow us, comment. We want to hear those questions. And listen to us or watch us on YouTube and all avenues that you actually get your podcast. And this has been so yeah, breadcrumbing? Stale or not stale? That is the question. We out, y'all.